across the Clid, though, he's been a little bit messy. Just kind of cool. Oh my god, we are through this draft real fast. But last point to say is Clid hasn't exactly had the most convincing of plays, and that's an MF. Are we?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Photic's got MF. Interesting. Okay, V5 start with a Ahri first pick as well. The rest relatively standard, aside from Gwen making it through. Yeah, bit of a weird one. Already, I'm not entirely sure what to expect out of this game. I feel like V5 comfortably in the #1 spot right now. Maybe just trying things out before playoffs.
Yeah, because obviously you usually see the Aphelios coming in. It hasn't been banned away, but I'm going to just kind of catch up very quickly. Tryndamere ban, a little bit strange, especially now that you haven't locked in the Gnar or the Jace. You kind of just given that Gwen pick across. Seems very strange from V5. Here though, FPX, imagine going to go towards the support, leave that counter pick for care in the mid lane. We haven't got a huge amount of pressure down towards the bot side, like Nautilus, Leona, Alistar still up and available. I personally like things like the Leona, just because that long-range solar flare can oftentimes interrupt the misfortune, or even if you want to go towards something like the Nautilus as well, it just makes it very hard for the MF to set up in lane. For V5, they're kind of going for this sort of dive comp with the ability to have the misfortune to shoot over the top of it. So I think the Leona, especially with the Nautilus already locked in, makes sense. Same when you look towards the Alistar. And with the Gnar gone, I'm kind of curious what we see for Rich in that top side of the map, because that would be kind of the tool that traditionally fills that dive situation. Maybe we get something like the Gragas or an Aurelia or something for Rich in that top side. The Jax also could potentially work out if you just want to go for a counter pick. We've seen a decent amount into the Gwen, but hasn't had that same kind of ability to take over the side.
All right, full comp locked in for V5. A lot of AD damage here with Rookie having the Ahri then to round it out in mid lane with a bit of AP, but it's going to be Care taking a Sylas here. So again, very doing B-esque champion pool from Care from what we've seen so far, as it will be the Jinx, Nautilus down in that bottom side as well. Let's talk holistically then. What are we expected to see in this game? Because I feel like we've got some pretty scrappy compositions coming out here.
Yeah, you've got a lot of control for V5 around the Dragon, so I think that's where they're going to be trying to set up most, and trying to see if they can draw FPX into some of these early fights before they can really take off. Like, this is a mid-game composition for FPX, and it's not something that we say an awful lot of the time, so I think for FPX for V5 trying to get the ball rolling with this mid-game comp is what you need to do. For FPX, you've a little bit more scaling on your side, where you've got the likes of the Jinx there to try and like move in towards the later portion of the game. Even having the Sylas as well to kind of add a bit more front line, but it is going to be kind of interesting to see what the plan is here as we go forward. Like, can you actually have that full control that you need here for V5 in the early stages? As I think I might have lost Munchables, or at least I can't hear him anymore. So I'm going to just keep it going here as my face is on the screen. Yeah, I think the biggest interest for me is kind of looking at this mid lane. I think for the Ahri, she should have a lot of push there, and like the ability for Karsa to try and set up in this mid lane is going to be crazy strong. Like, you got the Volibear and the Ahri, which is just such a good combo, especially against like Care, who has to play at relatively short range. You can oftentimes look for some sort of play there, and if not, even just having Karsa and Rookie link up in the early stages to look for roams, I think is going to be super strong. But now you will get the Dagda solo cast for a little bit as we try to get Munchables reconnected, but we will hop ourselves onto the Rift for game 1 of V5 and FPX. Both teams finding out for the moment. Actually looking at Photic trying to already bully his way into the river here, see if he can maybe spot out where Clid is going to start, but I wouldn't be surprised the moment to kind of just see Clid take it easy in these early stages. You don't really have control over the mid lane. Your bot lane actually isn't going to have a push just because of how good Photic is at controlling that bot side. So for the early stages, Clid, you got to try and make sure that you're farming correctly, maybe trying to keep tabs on when Karsa is. Potentially look for counter ganks, but it feels like Clid definitely going to be on the back foot coming into this one. Ward placed by Rich on this top side jungle though, so they will spot when Clid goes for that red buff on the top end of the map. So overall, V5 kind of getting at least the information that they need in these early stages. Just taking a quick look at the runes though. Nothing too unusual there. The only one is maybe Karsa going for the press the attack. So whenever you see the like press the attack on the Volibear, it's much more about trying to get into the face of your opposition and looking to see if you can try and go for those duels. Versus the Predator, which is obviously more kind of focused on, hey, can we make some ganks happen? Can we get some team fighting going as well? But just not going to be the case for the moment. Just getting confirmation that Munch's internet has died. You're going to be stuck with me for the moment. And it's kind of nice, to be honest. Like, we kind of joke, myself and Lyric and Ox sometimes, about, you know, what it'd be like if you just had all the time in the world to be just kind of talk about what you wanted. Just kind of go, hey, you know, I don't have to listen to my play-by-play as I try to, like, click my fingers constantly to get their attention, to give me the space to talk. But now I just get all the free time in the world. Rich, getting full push into this top side against xiaolaohu. I think there is a little bit of pressure here for Karsa and Rookie if they want to try and go towards this top side. I think that's where I'd like to see them put a bit of that early pressure and just kind of get Rich set up nicely in this lane matchup and then turn all their attention down towards the bot side to try and focus these dragons. Because, I mean, just look at what the 5 have available. ppgod set up, you've got the ult comes from Photic, Karsa been able to just go absolutely crazy, even Rookie getting resets. Like, it is going to be such a nasty combo to try and fight on this bottom side of the map for B5. And for FPX, I mean, Care needs a bit of time before he becomes relevant. Really just kind of wait until he's like level 7, level 8. Lwx is going to need a ton of levels. Like, you have just so much pressure. Like, even look at the damage that Photic can get out with this Comet. Like, Lwx already burning through 2 of his 3 pots that he has. And that's even with the tier start as well from Photic. He doesn't even opt into the damage option. Bit though, making his way down towards the bottom side, just to pick up a scuttle of his own. 24 CS for Clid, 20 as Karsa would just finish off his last camp in his own jungle, and with this roam coming up from bot side, he kind of sniffing that something is a bit amiss. Wave will eventually push into him, so he's just going to take the slow as hung. Flash, not able to connect onto Rookie with the hook, but with that Summoner Spell blown from Rookie, that actually gives a lot of respect here to Care in this mid lane, where he's like, cool, I don't have to worry about anything like a flash charm to set up for Karsa in the mid lane. Like, he should be able to push in this wave pretty freely with Hung here, get a nice reset off. So nice job from FPX in these early stages, and try to keep my eyes on where Karsa is, because at the moment, resetting, getting those Ionian Boots of Lucidity, this is where you can try and get into lane, try and make some plays happen. But already you can see FPX trying to make sure they can play strong through the early stages. Even Care, actually, I thought he'd go get after the reset, he might try and just put some pressure onto Rookie, but maybe thinking of some sort of play up towards this top side. We'll just spot out that ward though. And FPX will just let Rich continue to kind of abuse xiaolaohu, honestly, in this top side. The xiaolaohu will have to reset himself. Karsa, and just kind of going for these full clears. I was hoping at some stage we'd see him start to make some plays happen. Like, you've got Photic now who has resets and should be able to get a decent push off the bot. You got full push mid. Care actually going for the potential engage onto Rookie, but wide able to get the chains to land. So there we can see Karsa now going to get this invade off, playing off of the bot side and mid pressure. Will spot out Clid, but not going to be able to kind of steal out with these camps. Maybe looking for the dive. This is going to be a dangerous one. Karsa spotted, and instantly you can see Clid moving across. Does have the maw there if they want to try and look for the stun, but again, like, a ton of pressure put in here from Care to this mid lane just to make sure that they are all going to be good and dandy. Is he back? The man himself is back.
I don't know why my internet decided to just die. So sorry about that, everyone. What happened for 5 minutes? Because I managed to tune in for a minute on my phone.
We had
like not a lot.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. A flash burn by Rookie. That's kind of the extent of it. And still they're trying to go for this dive in the mid lane, now bringing the reinforcements with ppgod, but Clid is here.
Okay, Clid trying to contest for the Wolves. Karsa stepping forwards. ppgod over the wall, but I think they can really make this happen. 3v2 underneath the tower, as Rookie just going to be able to crash this one in. Drake up onto the map as well. B5 could just transition that pressure, but they want to make this happen. They want to go for the 3v2 dive, but instead, just going to have to settle for one plate in that mid lane, denying a little bit of CS.
I mean, for Care, having access to this Ahri does make that dive a little bit funky, just because he's got so much mobility. You don't exactly have the best, like, lockdown tools if Karsa isn't able to, like, follow up with ppgod. So you just got to be very, very careful. So they will back away. Still, I mean, from
Okay.
FPX's perspective, you're kind of happy with how this early game is going. V5 keep trying to slam their heads into mid lane. They're not getting anything. Now FPX get to turn over for the dragon that I never really expected them to be able to get in the first place. So, I mean, pretty happy as FPX with the way this is going.
Yeah, they're chilling. They're chilling. Just like you were on the solo cast, Dagda. My man. Stepping up to the plate, I swear. You've done it. Lyric has done it as well. The color casters in the LPL, absolute spurs.
See, I'm slightly jealous though. See, Lyric got some action. I didn't get to show off my team fight. Now that's the problem.
We just don't get action today at all. Is the problem, Dagda. Both of our series so far just so slow. And it's kind of surprising. I wouldn't have expected this series specifically to be slow at all. And yet, I guess the playoffs implications just giving our teams the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, keeping them honest. I will say though, if you just look at the gold that's starting to open up, V5 are still winning. And you got a nice CS lead, well, a very big CS lead in mid, and a bit of a small CS lead in that bot side of the map as well. But as you can see, a lot of that gold lead is situated on towards Rookie, who has just been able to slowly but surely continue to press in. Now even stealing away the chickens from Clid. I thought we'd see them kind of roam a little bit more with Rookie, but I don't know. They seem just content to go, hey, look, we're just going to try and play through these lanes for the moment to keep punishing.
Yeah, looks like they will be able to get away on that bottom side as well. Pings on towards the Herald that is now onto the map. First Drake went the way of FPX. They could maybe snowball some of these objectives a little bit. I will say, there are some pretty disastrous CS leads building up here. 25 in the mid lane in favor of Rookie. Photic as well. About 20 CS up in the bottom side. And goes for the
my God.
Lwx. I mean, he had about 1 HP there.
If that level up hadn't come through, I'm pretty sure the Scorch kills him. But
Yeah,
not
maybe.
able to do so. That was so close from Photic, and you can see there, I mean, MF doing relatively all right against this Jinx. Don't have the late game scaling, but if V5 are comfortable play for this mid game, they're all good. FPX can't contest this Rift Herald though. Rich has control at the top. You've got complete control in the mid for Rookie. And even now, FPX forced to flash away in that bot side. So, at least at the moment, bit of that potential gold still in the back pocket of Karsa here.
Yeah, Karsa will be able to get that Herald for himself. Now, we'll see where he's going to take that across the map as well, as Rich is just desperate to shove this wave out. He's going to head back to base as he's a bit nervous that there's an enemy Clid nearby, and rightly so, because there is. Will be able to push that wave out on the bottom side. So we kind of reset to the neutral state once more. And we're going to look towards Karsa on where he wants to slam this Herald to get some gold in towards his lanes.
I feel like it's just going to be mid. Like, you've already got Rookie who's got a good amount of pressure there. The Terra's relatively unhealthy too, so you just get that down in mid.
It's eating McDonald's all the time. It's been smoking recently. Like, never exercises.
Yeah, you know, yeah. Well, I mean, how often have you seen the Terra move?
That's true.
I haven't seen it move from there in years.
Whenever you download one of those apps where you can track what you're eating and stuff, asks you like how active you are on a daily basis, that tower, 0. Nada. Occasionally falls over. That's the best it's got. Fantastic.
I mean, it just sinks down to the circle now. I don't even know if it falls over. It just, like, shoots down. So basically, it's like, it does 1 squat per game and doesn't even, like, come back up from it. It just sits down.
The squat is the part where you stand up again, not sitting down. I'm not sure that counts as exercise. Oh, well.
That's what I've been doing wrong.
That's where it's all gone wrong all of these years. Oh, my day. Okay, V5 on the bottom side here, trying to potentially set up some pressure for the Drake. It's going to be up in about a minute's time. But right now, FPX in vision control. They've got a Scuttle Crab. They've got wards galore. Karsa's finally here to try and answer for that. Deny some deep vision from FPX, who they only have vision in river. No more beyond that river anymore.
I don't know if Karsa realizes that if they just keep farming, FPX will outscale. Karsa, though, going to face check.
Well, he doesn't mind whether it's about farming. He's going to gift them over a kill. It's like, you know what? You guys, you're not farming well enough, so have some extra gold.
Yeah, and I mean, it will bring that gold to about 1,000 away from V5, but realistically, like, you've got a Gwen, Viego, Jinx. You got to make some stuff happen here, V5.
Rookie gets a bit of damage onto Care. It's just going to be a trade back and forth. Care gets his ulti, though. Drake coming up in 20 seconds. Karsa's back onto the map. Still possible. Oh, hang on. Photic, ppgod. They want it all in. Lwx shredded. This combo is just dirty. Honestly, if you've not abused it in solo queue just yet, well, you've got a free tier of elo if you're an AD carry support duo, because it's just so easy to play.
It's actually disgusting. And you're kind of seeing the benefits there as Rich getting jumped on.
Yeah, that's going to be the ulti popped out from
Oh
xiaolaohu. Can't quite finish the kill off, but damn, that was a lot of burst from the snip. Will be Rich escaping, but in the meantime, it's Photic getting 5 plates on the bottom side. It'll be Drake off the back of this as well, I'd imagine. Although Clid is nearby, also gets some deeper vision. Pings on towards that Drake. We could still have congestion, but it looks like the reset's coming out from this bottom lane of V5. And that should mean FPX can grab this one.
Again, I mean, if FPX are going to be able to pick these up, it makes it so much easier for them to just look to scale into the later portion of the game. Herald as well, we'll get bot lane turret, but it doesn't really do a huge amount for V5 as now V5 moving in here once more.
We just get a 50-50 the Drake, but Clid wins out the smite fight in the end. Infernal sold this game. 2 Drakes for FPX so far as Care goes in, and ppgod won't quite find himself the Zenith Blade. So FPX can back away after grabbing themselves that Drake. They'll be happy with that one, but actually, ultimately not happy with how the game is going. They're 3,000 go down right now, and it's only 13 minutes into the game, despite only 1 kill, and Lwx just can't catch a break. That's his second death, and almost dying a 3rd time with the 1 HP earlier on. It's a rough one for the Jinx.
Now we're starting to see V5 actually get out and start to implement stuff on the map. A lot of this gold lead has just come from lane advantages, right? Photic being able to play through the strong bot side that he has, getting that first turret. You look at Rookie as well, who's just got this 30 CS lead for himself. We haven't actually seen a huge amount of proactivity from V5, but now with that bot lane tower down, getting that vision control on the bot side, they're able to find these picks. Now I would like to see them trying to transition his fortune up to this top side, see if, or even start roaming ppgod up there to help out Rich. Just continue to get more and more pressure across them.
Photic going to be staying in the mid lane at least for this wave. We'll see if they move around after that one. But Lwx, ah dear. There was a ward. The rest of his team showed on the wolves. And, there's only so much you can do.
I'm not going to lie, that was some NPC movement from Lwx. He moved back and forth in the same spot about 6 times. Like, that was just like, I don't know. He had no idea where he wanted to be, and V5 made sure he never got there.
Are you calling Lwx an intermediate bot? Is that what you got this on? Because that's some harsh banter, Dagda. That's some seriously harsh banter. Oh dear, yeah. Lwx not having a good game, not having a fun time of it right now. But hey, you know it happens. We all have bad games. Look at the goal difference though in that bottom lane and in the mid lane. Like Rookie and Photic are just so far ahead right now.
It's absolutely insane. And again, like, this is where you kind of need to be for V5. Like, you are a composition that needs to power through this strength. So, looking for Rift Herald for Karsa, this is how you can try and get down mid lane turret. The top lane turret was already super low as well, about half HP. So, FPX trying to see if they can trade on this bottom side of the map. A ton of members here. Rich, able to clear out the wave, though, but still might be in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know if they could just go for a dive, though, without a minion wave. I guess the answer is that they can. Hun going to be the first one to step on in. Rich gets a lot of damage down. There's one for him. Can he find a second? The turret ramped. He's not going to get quite enough damage done. Good effort, though, from Rich. The fact he can go 1 for 1. It was kind of a ham-fisted dive from the side of FPX.
Yeah, heavily forced. No wave, so realistically, you don't really lose out on much for Rich. You got all the CS, you trade 1 for 1, and you're just getting plays in the mid lane here for V5. xiaolaohu, you need to be
Photic
so careful.
Protected the Herald. Photic managed to stop it. He managed to take down the tower before it charged, which means the Herald will survive this charge as well. Karsa's there, Photic's there, Rookie is there.
And where's FPX?
A third thing. Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I don't know where they were this entire time. Clid will be, at least he'll get his blue buff. That's the silver lining. We take those. Good job, FPX. Blue buff for quiet.
I don't know. This is FPX. A little bit, as you say, ham-fisted. Lwx as well. Just going to replay. Oh, God. Why?
What?
Oh! Okay.
No way.
All right.
That
you know
is
what?
Criminal.
you said that I was being a little bit harsh. I don't know. That's definitely some intermediary bot kind of place there. That was
Mate,
awful.
that's not even intermediary bot. Like, the bots know to walk away from bullet time. The bots know that one. He must have clicked on the minimap. That's the only thing I could think of. My God, Lwx is having an awful game. Like, there is nothing I can say. Let's maybe just move on because we're kind of just flaming at this point. But honestly, that is just tragic.
Yeah. And now with Dragon up in 40 seconds, 0-3 on your Jinx, 2 kills, 2 items, strong Photic starting to march forward. We'll have that bullet time up and available as well. And, I mean, realistically, look at V5. Literally every summoner spell that they want available, full control over the map. Like, FPX now in a world of trouble. And even when you look at, like, say, Baron up in the next 2.5 minutes, you may not be able to, like, very quickly take it in the same way you can, like, with some of these AD carries and some mid laners. But you still got such good turn potential, such good ways of, like, zoning FPX out of fights. I wouldn't be surprised to see V5 just threaten that a lot.
Moving up to the top side. Rich knows he's there, though. Maybe Rich can just ult this wave, deny the tower going down, but with a cannon there, it's difficult. Here comes Rookie, though. The route is there, cleared over the wall, but Rookie can just chase for this one. Spirit Rush in, and immediately CC'd. Spirit Rush out from Rookie.
Wait, TP.
In the meantime, Drake.
TP in behind them, though. xiaolaohu wanted to commit to this. FPX trying to full commit, thinking V5 had overextended, but now you're just summoner spells down.
Yeah, nothing seems to be quite going the way of FPX so far this game. The 5,000 gold down as Drake goes the way of V5 as well. The solo laners managing to outplay the situation in the top side. And it feels like V5 just fully in control of the game. And it has to be said, V5, even though they have these players with insane skill ceilings, with definitely some interesting gameplay sometimes, I'll mention no names, they are an incredibly consistent team and very regularly just dominate. FPX have been real sneaky, though. Rich has no idea this is going on. He thinks he's safe. He thinks his team owns this side of the map. But there's 3 of them. The Goon Squad is here. And Rich will be taken down. I like the creative play here out from FPX.
I feel bad for Rich. V5 were trying to see if they could pick off members of FPX. They're like, wait, they're already in behind us. We're absolutely done for. Rich ends up taking the fall for V5's mistakes. And again, though, like, V5, look at the control they have up here. And again, like, I don't think that V5 would just, like, randomly start up Baron, but just them threatening Baron makes it so difficult for FPX to not kind of poke their head in here. And even right now...
Yeah, Karsa wants a little bit more. Clid is going to be able to grab his red buff, though. Care narrowly dodges that charm. And that charm could spell disaster, because there's an Everfrost there. And Photic was nearby to be able to follow up as well. And Clid doing a good job of dodging all of the CC as well as the pick was happening up in the top side as well. So nicely done there by FPX. Get a small swing in there, Fate.
I mean, at least it's something to get some vision control back. But again, I think you just kind of start to like push through here. Push mid, rotating towards the top side once more. You don't really have much pressure coming from FPX because realistically, you don't want to try and like force a fight here against V5. They are so much stronger than you, and a bullet time across the 4 melees that you have on FPX's side is going to do so much work. Yeah, xiaolaohu is like the one exception to that, just because of course he's got the Hollowed Mist, but that is still going to do some serious work here if V5 are able to find those fights.
Yeah, 4-3 on the scoreboard here. Baron on the cards, and that means FPX, a guttural instinct kicks in. And they immediately start sprinting their way towards the top half of the map. Not just yet. Certainly at the start of the split, they were much worse for just hardcore coin flipping Baron every single game. I do feel like they've got better at not just doing that every single game. They definitely still have a bit of a habit of it.
It's just they don't know how to try and progress the league game, so it kind of becomes the easiest way to push that one forward. FPX, though, trying to contest the top lane push here, but there's a lot of members of V5 collapsing. We'll get the wave, so maybe they can hold it on for another day.
What's going on today, Rob? Like,
I don't know.
Why are these teams just so afraid to fight each other today? I don't understand. V5 going to be able to go for the tower here. Clid gets a stun onto Karsa. Maybe a fight can occur after all. Bullet time. Hung with the most valuable stopwatch of his entire career right there. Keeps himself safe. Dodges all of the damage. Photic clearing the wave. But I think that's enough for FPX to have to back away from this tower. Then again, maybe V5 are the ones backing away. Rich trying to fight a 2v1 right here, and he ain't afraid, just charging forwards onto them. But the blast cone gets everybody out to safety. Oh, more fighting at the top side. But nothing's going to come of it. This is just consistently nearly fighting. LWX in trouble. Ignited here. Charm goes wide from Rookie, but it won't matter. xiaolaohu, bit of sustain, actually keeps himself safe there. The Ignite not enough, and ppgod will want to go down. Now Care looking to sweep up. Can they find the picks onto V5? Karsa over the wall to pull himself out safety. Care trying to get the damage, but Karsa's practically invincible at this point in the game. Rookie with a charm over the wall, trying to escape. Clid behind enemy lines, but he's going to go in 1v4 here. He ain't that tanky. There's one reset for him. Looking for Karsa as well. FPX, they found their opportunity to turn the game around, and Baron is on the cards!
Oh, FPX have managed to do it. They've turned towards the Baron. You don't have the jungler for V5. Rich and Rookie, can they achieve anything here?
I mean, they're going to have to try. It's the FPX 20-minute Baron once again. This time it works, though. I don't know what it is about this team, but they have an affinity with Baron. They win by Baron, they lose by Baron, but Baron is always the answer.
But V5 die on the overextension. Like, here, Rookie, I'm so surprised he doesn't actually manage to kill Lwx. Again, Charm onto Hung was a bit weird, forced the flash from Lwx, but here, TP's in, separates V5, and you just don't have the damage in the tank here for V5 to carry through, and this is where it gets dangerous for FPX. You are now starting to feel the effects of the scaling from FPX's side, and they have Baron, they have great delay now, and you're just gifting so many of these kills. A 700 goal shutdown over towards Clid in that fight.
Yeah, huge. And also, we've got Lwx that, yes, he's not had a good game for himself, but he's still got 2 items on Jinx. As soon as he hits 3, he's going to be an absolute terror in the team fights. And you know that scoreline will rapidly turn around. The scaling is not too much of an issue just yet, though, right? It's a while before Misfortune will start to fall out of the game. You know, it's not that V5 are out of things just yet. You know, they are still 1,000 gold up currently. It's just a sign of things to come if V5 don't book up their ideas.
So, I actually haven't seen this Sylas build before, but this is kind of cool from Care. Gone with the Fimbulwinter, and he's basically playing the Rise build. So, this guy is going to be super tanky. And again, this feels like this composition for FPX is like, hey, look, we're just going to have these, like, this mega tank in the front line and Care, able to heal up. We got good engage from FPX Hung. And then we're just going to make sure that we're able to actually, like, play these fights continuously, where we're putting threat onto Photic so he can't just set up with the bullet time. We got, like, the dive potential being able to steal away Rookie's Spirit Rush, and Care's just going to be a menace the entire time and allow FPX to just free hit with the late game scalers.
Yeah. My only concern is Care is going to offer absolutely 0 damage, because unlike Rise, he doesn't scale. So this Sylas is literally a tank. He is a bruiser. He's not going to do a whole lot of damage. Like, you see him get onto Photic. Photic won't be able to kill him. He also won't be able to kill Photic, you know? It's kind of going to be a stalemate. So it's all about setting up for Lwx and xiaolaohu to have the space to carry these fights. And also for Clid, right? Clid, 3 kills already, headed towards his 2nd item on this Viego. So gonna be very strong in the mid game himself. Feels like there's a lot to work for here for FPX. And gold right now off the back of this Baron, just about even between the 2 teams. With Drake coming up in 2.5 minutes, it's the last 2 have gone towards V5, and it will be an Infernal Soul this game.
Still, though, with the control FPX have, maybe... okay.
Just a big dive in the mid lane here. Everyone charging forwards. Photic just gets annihilated. We said the side laners are set up to carry it. xiaolaohu knows it. Gets himself 2 with Lwx sweeping up the last one. Beautifully done here. And FPX, I mean, their affinity for Baron showing up here. They know how to do a Baron push as they barrel down the mid lane. No way can they actually end the game here. Surely not. 20 seconds on the death timers. But FPX, they're going to try and make it happen. V5 solo laners have to make a miracle happen right now. Rookie and Rich stepping up to the plate, and it's enough to deter FPX.
Yeah, no more Baron, so they will back away. Dragon in 2 minutes. This is going to be a perfect time, but with the chase, are V5 looking for something? You know, TPs to try and get in behind FPX. I mean, That was just so well done by Care, though. Like, steals away the Volibear ult. Like, hang on a second. I'm a mega tank, and I've got a volley ult, which is going to switch off this tower. Phenomenal. Let's go for it. And you just catch it here in the replay. He's like, cool. Karsa, you take that step too far forward. And even though the hook goes wide, that's what V5 think they're safe to go for. But xiaolaohu on the flank, great Everfrost from Care. And, I mean, I think that, look how long Care has been tanking up this front line the whole time. And he's still super healthy in these fights.
Yeah. Beautifully played there by Care. Very nicely done. I will say, this is not necessarily relevant, Dagda, but Rich has 3 crossbows in his inventory right now. You know, I don't know if there's much to glean from that in terms of analysis, but it is very cool.
Well, if you only have 1 crossbow in your shotgun, it doesn't make sense. I mean, shotguns spray multiple bullets, so you got to have multiple crossbows to put down the shotgun.
True. See, that's why you're the analyst. That's why you're the analyst. Drake coming up in 40 seconds time right now. We'll see if the gun crossbow combination can work out for Rich. As he's going to have some sustain, he's going to have some armor pen, he's going to have some healer reduction. All these crossbows so useful. There's FPX grouping up for the Drake. Cleared pushing out the bottom wave here. Remember, either team pushes themselves to soul point with this Drake. But there are pings towards the base here. V5 have a wave. They can just deny entry. They don't really care about this Drake if they can just go for an inhib instead.
Yeah, they've got the timer on it. I mean, 6 seconds, it's still that spawns. You then have to then take the objective as well. And you can even see Rookie's just trying to contest. So, I mean, this is really smart play from V5. This is what's been so good from V5 when we get towards this mid to late game, is understanding, you know, how they can work off a wave, how much time they have on the map. And Clade, I don't think he realizes how little time he has.
Yeah, xiaolaohu takes a tier 2 on the bottom side as well. Rookie knows someone's around. Oh, this is getting dicey for both teams. There's going to be a fight here. It's a 50-50 for the Drake. Karsa wins it in the end. Now V5 engaged by Hung here. Good double knock-up, and the follow-up is there. But Rookie survives. He escapes out of the fight. And now Rich on the front line, blasting faces. Guns galore, crossbows firing, but it's not enough. xiaolaohu is immune, and he's chasing down. Care now getting over the wall. Gets chomped, but he's damn tanky. ppgod trying to survive himself. Rookie is out of ult charges, and Care finishes another. Rookie and Rich need to survive if they want to stay in this game. Rich dodges away from the knockup. 4 men strong for FPX. They want to end the game.
Nobody can kill Care. He's just so tanky. Now Care will push in with FPX, but they will back away. Baron is up and available, and even though King of Thieves Karsa manages to get the dragon, there's still strength here for FPX with this Baron going to be taken.
Yeah, Baron once again. FPX, they just love it. They absolutely love it. They can't get enough of it. Rich and Rookie once again, the only 2 that are here to contest. Karsa trying to make his way over, but he's not going to be quick enough. Random ult out from Rich. No, a little bit too late, and doesn't actually have his ult available. Maybe they can find some picks, though. Rookie is here, and won't be able to find xiaolaohu over the wall. Thought there was going to be more of an engage. Just be FPX getting away with it. Look at the gold difference. 5,000 in their favor.
I mean, there's just nothing here for V5. Like, look how much damage Care ends up tanking up. Like, this is the person that actually has armor pen, and Care's just like, well, I don't care. So when they start to move in here again, yes, it looks a little bit dicey from the get-go, but again, xiaolaohu going forward with the Hallowed Mist, able to just ignore all that damage coming through from the bullet time. Care popping into the front line as well. You just don't have the damage to deal with the front line of FPX, and they've got damage galore between these 2.
I mean, xiaolaohu now on 4 items, finishing a Morellonomicon. We've also got Lwx, the 3-item AD carry, that also has a stopwatch. That Zhonya's and that stopwatch will be invaluable in ruining Photic's entire game plan, right? If you can't get the damage from the bullet time, this lethality MF really doesn't offer much else across the course of a fight. Look now, Lwx trying to pressure on this top side of the fight as Rookie moves in, uses his ult very aggressively early on in this fight. That's going to be on cooldown now as Care steals that away for himself as well. Karsa wants to clear some vision. Might have to use his own ulti just to survive this one. Might not even be able to survive. Bullet time, though! It's time to get some bullets as it's a 2-for-1 now. Rich getting aggressive on by Care, but he's not going to be able to finish anything off because he doesn't have any damage.
I mean, this is just getting weird from V5. Karsa does get caught out, but at least Photic able to save it. xiaolaohu pushing in bot side, though. Rookie and Rich needed to deal with this Gwen. And V5, we said in the early stages, like, they needed to be the ones that were aggressive. They needed to make the plays, and they didn't. And now it's come back to bite them as FPX have completely outscaled V5.
Yeah, V5 with a really weird game here. It's not looking pretty for them, and FPX can just keep this going forever. The tank, Sylas, it doesn't feel like anyone can deal with right now. And Rookie, I mean, he just doesn't have the damage in this game. It's not often that you feel like Rookie's not able to have an impact, but honestly, with this magic pen after Everfrost, doesn't feel like it's enough.
But the problem is that, like, the moment when Rookie and Karsa could actually have an impact was back at, like, 6 minutes into the game. Like, but instead
I
we saw
didn't see
Rookie,
that part of the game, so
yeah,
I don't know.
we saw Rookie, like, going in and, like, stealing away Raptors instead of actually, like, moving to the side lanes to try and get the snowball rolling. And, yeah, you had these gold leads that started to amass through, like, just lane advantages, but it wasn't enough. Like, you needed to get damage on towers. You needed to focus these early dragons that we were talking about that we never saw V5 go for. I mean, FPX got to draw out the game, elongate it, and that one mistake from V5 on top side as well, giving Baron to FPX. They just got so much time to get to where they are now.
Yeah, I have to say, Karsa 0-5-2 so far this game, and it's kind of a coincidence, because that's precisely how old I feel after the stress of watching V5 play this game out so far. A bit of a disaster, but Drake up in 35 seconds. This could be the redeeming moment. If they can get Infernal Soul, that will solve all of the damage issues. Rookie has a death cap now as well, so if we were concerned about lack of damage from Rookie, this should all be resolved in the next 30 seconds.
I don't know if it is enough, though, with how big Care is, and I mean, you really need to get this Hollowed Mist out of xiaolaohu so Photic can deal the damage, but we'll have to see maybe if they can get, like, Lwx and Clid dead, the 3v5 will be strong enough for V5 to carry.
I think that we're going to see a 50-50 Dagda. I don't think FPX have the restraint to not just go for the Drake and see if they win the smite fight. If Karsa can take this one, it will be Infernal Soul for V5. Here we go, jumps in, it's a 50-50, and Care gets it, pulling time across the team. Care goes down. xiaolaohu in the midst of everyone, trying to get the damage out, trying to throw some needles, but it's not enough. And now Rookie here for the cleanup, trying to get further into the fray. There's another one going down. V5, I don't know how they've done it, but done it they have. xiaolaohu eradicated. V5 get the ace.
You're not supposed to give your life for Lwx there, and I don't know how the hell V5 have done it, but 30-second dead timers, V5 win the game.
Dagda, I don't know. I have no idea. Karsa is 0-6 in this game, and yet V5 somehow managed to make this one happen. The game is over. V5, ladies and gentlemen, the best team in the world, clearly, over this gameplay.
What? Oh, it doesn't make any sense to me. How does it happen?
What is
How does this keep happening?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was something. That was something. Well, a win is a win. At the end of the day, a win is a win. V5 managing to pull it out. I can't believe FPX are going to 50-50 that Drake. That's the part that's really criminal to me. It's not even the team fight. It's like, you're against Infernal Soul if they get it, and you're just going to 50-50? Like, why?
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of whys in this game for me. There were so many. Why V5 did nothing in the early stages? Why FPX were able to win that fight on top and then get Baron? Why they died on Dragon, you know, post 35 minutes when you've got all the gold, you got all the stuff you need? I don't know. It was... Care going down was just kind of unfortunate. Like, you did get the Dragon, and Care was kind of trying to stop the Volibear, but I think he was almost surprised as well as to how much damage he did take off of the bullet time. Even then, the rest of the fight, though, like, Lwx caught in the midst of it as well. He ends up falling, like, it just went sideways so quickly for FPX.
Yeah, brutal. Somehow V5 pull it out. Photic's damage, kind of insane, but that's the trick, right? You just lock in a champion that does big ult damage. If you build lethality, then you build lethality. It's a smart little play from Photic, and that It's a gold graph and a half, that is for sure. Xiaolaohu tried his best. I feel like we should, you know, give some props to Xiaolaohu in those fights. He did what he could on the Gwen, but just wasn't enough, unfortunately.
It's more just how often FPX kind of grouped up for this ultimate from Misfortune. Like, to give Photic his due, like, his positioning was really good, but it consistently felt like LWX was just putting himself in that firing squad, and V5 were able to pick him up. So I think, again, V5, a little bit of a nutty game, but look, they come out with the win. I don't really think this was, like, indicative of what this composition was capable of from V5. It felt like they really just needed to actually make plays early, and they had a ton of tools to do so. They just didn't do it. And I think that's what made this game so much more difficult. And the fact that they still managed to win is just mind-breaking to me.
Yeah. I'm going to leave that conversation there. We're going to go into a break. We'll start a new conversation after the break where hopefully we have a fresh game, a fresh start. We can all just move on with our lives. Let's see how V5 are going to do right after this.